Hi vinyl community, it's Mike here. Now about a week ago I saw a great video from Jack up in Scotland, and his channel is A Vinyl Voyage, and he was showing a whole load of duos that he really liked. So I thought, well, that's a thread in the making if ever I saw one. And so I thought, I'd show my own. So I picked out 10 of my favourite duos here, and I'll show them to you now. So first off is a psych band from California, from San Francisco. This is Moon Duo, and this is their 2017 album called Cult Architecture Volume 1. And it's on the Sacred Bones label, and it's on this lovely sort of marbled sort of red vinyl. And as I say, they're a psych band, and they consist of Ripley Johnson, who's a guitarist in the psych band Wooden Ships, and Sana Yamada, and they're absolutely brilliant. I saw them 4 or 5 years ago at the Broodnell Social Club, and it was just an hour and a half or so of absolutely brilliant heavy psych. It was non-stop, absolutely brilliant. It's like having your brains battered out by a psychedelic hammer. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So if you ever get a chance to see them, you really need to. So next up, number 2, is King Hannah, and they're a fairly new band, and they're from Liverpool, and this is their debut album. It's called I'm Not Sorry, I Was Just Being Me. And King Hannah are from Liverpool, and this album's not 2022, and they consist of Hannah Merrick and Craig Whittle, and it's sort of alternative rock, a bit post-punky, and I think they're really brilliant. And this is a band that have really gone under the radar a little bit. There's lots and lots of really good new bands out there, sort of particularly coming out of the UK, and King Hannah's one of them. But as I say, they don't seem to have sparked the imagination quite so much as some of the others. Right, next up, another album from 2017, in fact, and it's the Limananas, and this is their album, as I say, from 2017. It's called Shadow People, and they consist of Lionel and Marie Limanana. There they are on the front cover, and again, they're pretty much sort of a psych band. They're not quite as heavy as Moon Duo, but they're absolutely brilliant. And if I ever got a chance to see them, I definitely would. So on here you've got a track called Istanbul is Sleepy, which actually was a single of theirs, and that really gives you a flavour of what they're all about. So as I say, they're from the south of France, and there they are in the middle. And as you can see, there's 3 people there, and the reason is that there were quite a few sort of guest appearances doing vocals on this album, and one of them was Anton Newcombe of Brian Jonestown Massacre, which brings me to the next album, and this is from 2018, and it's called Tess Parks and Anton Newcombe. So there you go. So it's Tess Parks and it's Anton Newcombe, and this is a lovely album. So there's a nice picture of Tess Parks on the front there, and I hadn't really heard much about Tess Parks until this album came out, and I thought, well, if she's doing something with Anton Newcombe, there must be something good about her, and she's absolutely brilliant. She's just had a solo album out, which is very very psyche as well, and this is a fantastic album. So there you go. So Tess Parks and Anton Newcombe. Right, so let's go to Sweden for the next one. This is an album from 2014, and it's First Aid Kit and Stay Gold, and I do believe this album's being reissued very shortly. So for those of you who don't know, First Aid Kit are from Stockholm, Sweden, and it consists of Clara and Johanna Soderberg. And they're a sort of Americana country band, and they're lovely. I mean, their vocals are absolutely brilliant. There you go. There's a nice picture of them in the centre of the gatefold here. So there you go. This is their album from 2014, and it's called Stay Gold. Right. Who have we got next? Ah, yes. Here we go. Let's Eat Grandma. And they're a sort of alt pop band, bit electronic. I've actually heard them being described as psychedelic sludge pop, whatever that means. And this is their debut album. And for a duo, it's appropriately titled I, Gemini. And it's two young women, Rosa Walton and Jenny Hollingworth. And yeah, again, I saw them at the Belgrave Music Hall. In fact, I've seen them twice. And first time they had a drummer with them, and I think they kind of needed that really. It sort of really enhanced the sort of live show, I think. But they're absolutely brilliant. They're very weird, I think, weird and wonderful. And again, you know, that's it. So, I, Gemini by the duo Let's Eat Grandma. Right, so, well, next band needs no introduction, of course. 1974, it's Sparks, Russell and Ron Mail, there they are, and Kimono My House, absolutely brilliant album. This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us, Amateur Hour, both singles. Are there any other singles on here? I don't think so, but this is, you know, this is a great album, and you know, I really love Spark stuff from this sort of mid-70s sort of era. But you know, the guys are still going and they're still producing some absolutely brilliant stuff. So there you go. That's Sparks, the wonderful Sparks, and Kimono My House. Right. Next off is and this is number 8 on my list. And in the 1980s, these guys appeared on just about any sort of reggae album that was worth its salt. I mean, particularly with Black Uhuru, and it's Sly and Robbie. So it's Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare, Sly on the drums, Robbie on the bass, and you know, they're absolute legends. They were absolute legends in the sort of reggae music scene. And this is their album, Language Barrier, which is from 1985. So, you know, one of the few albums that they did where, you know, they actually took a lead. And there's all sorts of people appearing on here. You've got Herbie Hancock, Bob Dylan, Mano Dibango, Eddie Martinez, Mikey Chung, who of course was with Black Uhuru, and many others. And this is a really good album. So a bit of dub, a bit of reggae, Sly and Robbie on the bass and drums. Right, number 9, we get to one of my favourite punk bands, absolutely brilliant live, and this is John. And this is their album Nocturnal Maneuvers, and there you go. That's it. I've seen them so many times. That's, you know, John Healy on the guitar and Johnny Newman on the Johnny Newton, I should say, on the drums and the vocals. And yeah, they're an absolutely brilliant punk band. You know, they play it very straight, and this sort of booklet came with it. So there you go. That gives you an idea of what a John gig looks like. I think the photograph was taken in Bristol, but it's the same everywhere. Now, you know, when I go and see them, I stand, you know, a little bit to the side, as near to the front as I can get, but, you know, my moshing days are well and truly over. So there you go. That's number 9, and it's John. Oh, and the album actually came with a single as well, which was Stadium of No on the A side, and then a live version of that got some on the B-side. So there you go. So check John out. They're from South London and they're brilliant. Now then, anyone that knows my channel would be expecting me to show this last band. I think I've shown all of their albums before, and it's the absolutely wonderful Holly and David from Lancaster, and of course it's the Lovely Eggs. And this is their album before last, and it's I Am Moron, and it features Iggy Pop, and you know, these guys. What can I say? They're sort of pop psych, bit punky, very DIY. I mean, they're DIY to the sort of nth degree. I mean, these guys, they don't have a manager. They manage everything themselves. So when they go on tour, they literally do it themselves. And even when it comes to sort of ordering stuff from their website, they're the guys that package everything up and take it to the post office and post it on. So yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. Possibly my favourite live band. And there you go. That's the wonderful Lovely Eggs to finish off my favourite duos, and I Am Moron. So, as I say, this was inspired by a video that Jack at Vinyl Voyage did a while ago, and it deserves to be a thread, this, I mean, I think everyone has their favourite duos. So, I'll leave a link to Jack's channel so you can see his original video. And why didn't you have a go? What duos do you love? So, until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.